we get to the Battle Royale Island before the game starts? So if we go to the ledge here, we can't actually get to the map early. It puts us in a random POI. There isn't much you can do, and you end up going back in the bus, but it's kind of cool. Here's another myth. If you use code LOCKY in the item shop, you'll win your next game. It's false, but do it anyway. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Let's get these myths going. The Shattered Slabs POI has these interesting blue rocks. Did Fortnite copy another game? So if you jump onto this rock here, you'll see it works exactly like the stasis ability in Zelda Breath of the Wild. So the answer is yes. It even does the same directional thing whenever you shoot it, which is crazy. And just like Zelda, you can ride these bad boys as well. Let's go, Avengers, out. Whee! Now that's what I call transport. But can we get eliminations with it? Let's see. I have a feeling the answer is yes, especially when it's going that fast. The answer is definitely yes. These things are sick. Watch out if you're in the shelves. Alrighty, myth. These rappel zip lines here can be extended by breaking the ground underneath them. There you go. How cool is that? So I only found out about this one recently. But yeah, the rappel zip line, if the floor is broken, will keep going down to the bottom. Say you land at the front of the citadel and you're running straight through, you can pretty much just shoot this out and it will drop a zip line that'll take you right to the top. It's really cool and can be done anywhere where you can break the ground underneath the rappel zip line. But that one doesn't work. The heavy shotgun has been unvaulted. Yes, it has. Kind of in Team Rumble only. So congratulations to my Rumble users out there. Hello. Damn, it's pretty good too. Do the jellyfish on the map heal you if you run into them? Come here, buddy. Heal me, please. Oh, there we go. 20 health. But what about shield? Oh, they do. They're like slurp jellyfish. It's insane. Now, do they still heal you if you shoot them? No, they turn into shockwave grenades and they trigger react the rest to turn into them as well. If we capture a POI, how long can we see everybody in the POI for? Timer start now. Now, the question is whether or not they permanently remain marked. Also, we get some extra loot, which is always nice too. It's looking pretty long. What if the player leaves the POI and comes back? Oh, there it goes. It just went away. I think that was like 45 seconds or a minute. They last a pretty good amount of time. First Assault is a perk you can now get in Fortnite. And essentially it will allow your first bullet in the magazine or assault rifle to deal bonus damage. But now we know it works for scars. Does it work for DMRs? It does not. But I think it's bugged right now because the first bullet did 40 and the second bullet did 40. So I don't know if it's bugged right now or how it's working, but don't pick it. It's literally not doing anything for you. And before someone says it's the wrong gun, it literally has assault rifle in the name. So when you're in a bush, it heals in 2 and it's meant to go to 50. But if you're on an odd number, it'll go to 51. Is it possible to run into 3 llamas? Yes, there's a random event that actually spawns 3 llamas. It's quite rare. I've seen it a few times. This is pretty epic. The new Excalibur rifle shoots swords. Yes, in fact, if you actually hit the target, the first shot will put a sword down and then the sword will explode. But can we shoot our teammates? Yes. And they can run around. Oh, actually killed the jellyfish. And they can run around with a sword in them. But can we rocket ride with them? Oh, it's not looking good. Yeah. It looks like it hits the foot as soon as it can and doesn't actually allow them to rocket ride. I think this one's busted. But can you still rocket ride with an RPG? I knew that was going to happen. It'd be like that sometimes. You can. You just gotta not be a bot like me. Do you take recoil damage if you blow up against your own sword? Yes, you do. So don't get close to it. If we try to use the creative battle royale island that we made last season, will we get to use last season's map? So let's go here. One in the chamber hasn't been used since the 10th of November. Alrighty. New map or old map? And it looks like, yeah, this is a new map. I didn't really expect this one to work, but you know, we had to try. You would have noticed from Spawn Island that this map is a massive island. Can we swim off the edge of the island? Oh, it's not stopping me. Oh, it's stopping me. Fortnite be fixing those ones. So close. This isn't really a myth, but I've somehow bugged myself to have insanely close first-person mode. And it's kind of cool. Can we go fishing with a shockwave hammer? Let's find out. Oh, it doesn't look like. Let's try this click. But it's not exactly working on the left click. What about the right click? No. Looks like we can't use it to actually fish. Nah. But what about the Excalibur rifle? No. It can, but it's hard to do so because it goes straight to the floor. Now, here's the good myth for you bush campers. Do you make noise in these maple leaf stacks? It's not making any noise. These things are deadly. Be careful. A lot of people probably know this, but you can actually drink slap juice while on the run, which is kind of cool. Obviously, it will give you infinite stamina. Does the Twin Mag SMG take longer to reload on the second reload? So here's the first shot. Reload. Second reload, has to throw the mag away and get another one in there. So kind of works like the dual mags used to work in Call of Duty. Your first reload will be fast and your second reload will be way slower. You can actually tell what magazine you're actually on by looking in, and the ammo indicator will show you. If you're still on that first one, you've got your first clip, and if you're on your second one, it'll do that. So you always want to make sure it looks like that. You may have noticed in the new chapter that damage reticles work a lot differently, but can we modify them to be like the last chapter? The answer here is kind of. You can chuck it onto list view, which will pretty much list the damages so that you can add them up yourself. This is particularly useful if you're trying to work out how much shield the enemy has. You can also toggle icons, and what this does is every time you shoot, you'll get a little symbol next to what you hit. So shield, 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 and then it won't show up for the others. You'll also get a special icon for a headshot with an exclamation mark. Oh, and if you shoot an animal, you get a little paw print as well. That's cool. Myth, you can get ice cream cones. Yes, you can. You just need to get the little whip random event and he'll start throwing you ice cones. Just be careful though. If you have a boar, he'll try to eat it. Unfortunately though, it looks like he only gives you normal ones, but he won't stop giving them to you. But what happens if you destroy his van? Nothing. He's chill with it. Can you ride a llama in the latest update? I genuinely need to know if they have added this as a thing yet, because you never know. You always got to try. It ain't happening. Did they change how ADSC works in the latest chapter? This is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. And I think it's actually very, very different. The character is less zoomed in. I think they did this to make the big skins not as pay to lose. The Hulk still pretty much takes up the whole bottom left of my screen. All right, we got bikes, but can we do loop-de-loops? Also, the controls of this thing suck. No, you actually end up breaking it. You also can't just go up walls like you used to. Kind of sucks. Can we put a cow catcher on the new bikes? No. What about the chonkers? Also, no. So these things will never be able to climb hills. That sucks. But can you do tricks? Yes, you can. All right, the Excalibur rifle is probably going to be one of the best weapons in this season, but can we use it like a double pump back in the day, switching back and forth? Let's try. Okay, there's a little bit of a switch time, but it's pretty fast. I could see it being quite effective. Let's see how good it is against somebody boxed up turbo building. Get a couple in there. That's quite effective. I think we could be onto something here. And I've only got 2 of them. Imagine if you get 5 of them. Did they change the sound effects of these material builds in the latest update of Fortnite? It sounds different, definitely. For comparison, here's brick. Yeah, it's like that secondary sound effect. Like you hear the crumble. And here's the metal. Yeah, there's like more sound effects added towards the end. Pretty cool though. Do Shockwave hammers have independent cooldowns? Let's have a look. The answer is yes. You can use these multiple times and just change to the next one and keep on bouncing. So 5 of them could be quite meta. Can we get a one-hit headshot elimination with a mechanical explosive bow? Let's find out. No. 187, but obviously there is the explosives afterwards that could get you the kill, but it's not guaranteed. Can we get a one-shot with the new sword rifles? I have the mythic one right here. Headshot damage is 187, but the explosive damage is 75, and I'm pretty sure you can't get the sword off you. Can you get rid of that sword by jumping into a porta potty? Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, yeah. No, that joined him in the toilet. All right. Yeah, even if they're fully in the toilet, they are taking damage. But what if the person emotes? Okay, that was hilarious. But no, it doesn't work. For some reason, this used to work with clingers. I don't know why. You can now build a snowman. Yes, you can. If you start pickaxing the ground, you actually start forming your own snowman. You can be Elsa from Frozen. Once it gets big enough, you can hide in it and you can actually control it. It is still hard to move because you need momentum, but you can pickaxe it to get a little bit of momentum to keep the train going. It's a little bit of a niche one. Can you get into a snowball with someone else? Yes, you can. This player is not on my team, but we are both hiding in a snowball and my board broke it. All right, I've gathered the Avengers to see how many we can fit in a snowball. I'll jump in first. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4 is the max. And it has to be the biggest version of the snowball to fit 4. Yeah, unlucky Hawkeye. You weren't going to do anything anyway. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait, what happened there? Okay, well, it won't last forever, I guess. It's worth noting the first person that gets in is the one that gets to drive it. Items in the wind tunnel will fly. Oh, that went flying. That went out. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. You're looking to get a little bit of extra throw in it. Just throw it down a wind tunnel. We get the extra distance. Alrighty, so we know items will flow through the jet stream and go really fast. But what about the swords? Looks like the swords are unaffected by the wind. Can we upgrade the Shockwave hammer to legendary? No, we can't. Sad face. Also, it's still like 500 gold to upgrade, and it's like so expensive. So with the Munitions Expert augment, you have a chance to receive grenades and rockets every time you destroy a object. But can you use, let's say, explosives and grenades to make even more? Let's find out, shall we? Yep, I'm already beginning to see a lot of grenades on the floor here. So pretty much you can destroy a POI and then get your grenades back. That's a lot of damage. Oh, this looks like a nice boulder. Would be a shame if someone just... Would be a shame if someone just... Would be a shame if someone just... You can't knock this boulder. Wow, that's just annoying. If we throw fireflies on this frozen lake, we can melt it. Fire does look very cool this update, and it's catching, but it is not working. How about removing our icy feet? No, we still slide. Does a snowball get bigger as it rolls down the hill? Yes, it does. As you can see here, it just went from 600 to 1200 health. The map now has a bunch of waterfalls. Can you swim up waterfalls now? It ain't looking like it. No, you can't. Can you use the Shockwave hammer to throw things backwards and damage people and or build? So you see this little, I don't know, hoverboard this is? I'm going to try and hit it with a Shockwave hammer. And it moves in that direction. And it looks like it damaged it a little bit. Can you launch a snowball with a Shockwave hammer? Let's build a big one right here. And... yeet, you definitely can. Can you melt a snowball by throwing fireflies at it? It seemed to go right past it. What about one on the ground? I just don't know if it caught or not. You can also hide in the small snowballs as well. They will get bigger as they go through the snow. That's pretty cool. What happens if I take one of his mushrooms? Oh, he's okay with it. What if I take all of his mushrooms and eat them in front of him? Well, he seems to be totally okay with it. Exactly 100 too, by the way. The unstable bow has been unvaulted. Correct. You can come over here to wildcard and pay 500 gold bars for it. I haven't seen this in the game for a while, but it's not really that great. It essentially picks a random effect to do every time. So that was explosive. The next one is shockwave, and it has an order of which it goes through. Don't have any arrows because it's still arrows. Has glider redeploy been unvaulted? Yes, it has as an augment. And it's actually really interesting. I have it on right now, and if I redeploy, for me, it feels just as fast as the grapple glider. I could be wrong. But yeah, it definitely feels fast like it used to back in the day, and you can kind of chain it with sliding to get some really nice movement. So yeah, glider redeploys back, and that happens sometimes. If a player on the opposite team shoots me with a slope cannon, I will heal. No, it still doesn't work. Can I use a snowball to avoid fall damage? Let's find out. Here we go. Yeah, I can. Not many uses where you could probably use it, but yeah, you can. So one of the random events, you get this skin here. It's one of the crew battle pass skins, and she has a chest that requires a key. But if you search around, you'll find a place that you can actually dig out. The chest looks a little different than normal, but if you open it up, you get yourself a key and you can open up the chest. According to the damage multipliers, the gold pump shotgun will deal 200 damage. Let's find out. 195. Can I get sad reacts in the chat? Also, I just realized the thunder shotgun shoots 2 bullets at a time. What an absolute scam. There was no need for that. But yeah, it's not doing 200. Cry your hearts out. And the mythic one, if they add one, will probably do 197 because they just like being cruel like that.